Fires, the response to one caused issues with the response to another that turned deadly.
Americans in Mexico are sheltering in place this morning as violence flares and flights are suspended. Fallout from the deadly takedown of one of the world's most wanted men.
Drivers in parts of the Chicago area could see lake-effect snow and near whiteout visibility today. HiSol will time it all out on this Monday, February 23rd.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 starts now.
Top of the hour, here we are. Good morning. Back at it on a Monday and a little bit of snow out there this morning.
Yeah, I'm hanging in for Val while she's out. And HiSol is in for Tracy this morning as we look out at our Navy Pier camp. Did I see a little snowflake fly by?
Yeah, it almost looks like we're in a snow globe. Some light snow for us. It's a lake effect. I wanted to quickly give you an update here. Central Park now reporting 15 inches of snow in New York City. So quickly seeing that snow accumulate from this big nor'easter up in the northeast. And yeah, Boston expected to get close to 2 feet of snow in some locations. For us here, it is windy. Gusts are between 25 and 30 miles per hour. That's giving us a wind chill in the single digits. We have some light snow around. And then tomorrow, temperatures moving up closer to 40 degrees. Diane?
All right, we're going to start things off with a crash on Harlem southbound, just south of the Kennedy. In fact, state police hopped off to help out with that crash, so heads up there. It does sound like there is some building traffic. That's what the trooper reported on the scene there. As far as delays on the expressways, pretty normal. Everything is under 45 minutes at this hour. If you're coming inbound on really any of the expressways, just cleared a crash, authorities did. Westbound on I-90, let's go to our tollway 1. It was on the exit ramp to Roselle. You can see from our tollway shot that everything is now gone. There we go. It was at the end of the ramp to the right side, but it's all been towed away. Tanya and Terrell.
Thank you, Diane. Updating our breaking news now. Illinois State Police say one person died in this serious crash on the Dan Ryan. Look at all these flashing lights overnight at 95th near the split for I-57 in the Bishop Ford. We know one other person was rushed to the hospital, and now we're working to get an update on how that person is doing this morning.
Also want to get to this breaking news that we have been watching all morning long. 2 women killed in a house fire in suburban North Lake.
Lisette Nunez is there live with the latest. Lisette.
Yeah, and we are told by police that these 2 women are sisters-in-law. Now, according to neighbors who were out here when this fire broke out, they said they saw large flames and also heavy smoke. It was around 1:30. That's when crews arrived here. They were called to a house fire on West Drive and Hillside Avenue. The home had smoke coming from the roof and several windows are shattered. At one point, there was a mayday call on the 2nd floor, and firefighters had to be rescued. No firefighters were injured. Fire crews say they did find the 2 women unconscious inside the home, and they were taken to the hospital where they later died. They are being identified as 65-year-old Susan Palos and 63-year-old Mary Carmen Wilkerson. The North Lake Police Chief says the family of the victims have been notified.
My condolences to the family for this tragic event. I can't imagine having to go through something like this. There's nothing more that we really have at this time until the fire investigators get out here and start to do their job.
Yeah, the police chief went on to say that there was also another fire this morning in Maywood, so that tied up investigators, so they are still working to determine a cause on the fire. We're live North Lake. Lisette Nunez, ABC7 Eyewitness News. Back to you.
Lisette, thank you. Jury selection begins today in the murder trial of a woman charged in the killing of Bradley, Illinois Police Sergeant Marlene Ritmanek. Zandria Harris, co-defendant Darius Sullivan, has already been sentenced to life in prison. Both were charged in the shooting death of Sergeant Ritmanek and the injuring of her fellow officer Tyler Bailey at a motel in December 2021. Harris is being tried in Kankakee County.
At 4 past the hour, an update on breaking news out of Mexico. Schools are closed in several states, and the U.S. State Department is urging Americans in some areas, including tourist spots, to shelter in place.
All of this stems from the takedown of the drug lord known as El Mencho. And this morning, we're hearing from Chicago travelers who are now stranded in Puerto Vallarta. Stephanie Wade is here with the latest. Stephanie.
Good morning. We know no U.S. troops were on the ground for the operation that killed the infamous cartel boss, but ABC News has learned U.S. forces did provide intelligence support. The State Department is now urging Americans in Mexico to shelter in place in popular tourist destinations like Cancun, Playa del Mar, and Cozumel. Video from the ground shows dark plumes of smoke among what is normally the picturesque western coast of Mexico. Burned out buses abandoned on roadways as helicopters hover over the popular tourist destination of Puerto Vallarta after the leader of the Jalisco New Generation cartel, Nemesio Osiguera Cervantes, also known as El Mencho, was killed in a Mexican military operation Sunday. David Miranda from Pilsen was vacationing in Puerto Vallarta and is now stranded following violent clashes that erupted after their cartel leader's death. He says he and his group were waiting for a rideshare that never came. A nearby hotel employee told them, if you want to live, do not even try to make it to the airport.
You know, you think of your, you think of your family, you think of lots of things, but you know what? You gotta stay positive. You got to make the best of it. We are in a safe place. The only thing is that we're sheltered in place.
International airlines have canceled flights in Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara, temporarily stranding tourists like David. Right now, there's no official timeline on when flight operations will resume. Schools in several Mexican states are also closed today because of the violence. Back to you.
Stephanie Wade this morning. Steph, thank you. On this day in 2020, Ahmaud Arbery was murdered near Brunswick, Georgia. The 25-year-old black man was shot and killed while out for a run. Video of the shooting came out more than 2 months later. It set off national outrage. 3 white men were convicted at trial and sentenced to prison.
President Trump's State of the Union address is tomorrow night. It's likely to be a test run of the message that Republicans will give to voters in November's elections for control of the House and Senate. The president is expected to focus on domestic issues, but many will be listening to see what he says about possible military strikes on Iran over its nuclear program.
An armed man was shot and killed outside President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort early Sunday morning. Investigators say the man is from North Carolina. His name, Austin Tucker Martin. The Secret Service says Martin drove into the secure perimeter and was confronted. Authorities say he was carrying a shotgun and a gas canister.
He was ordered to drop those 2 pieces of equipment that he had with him, at which time he put down the gas can, raised the shotgun to a shooting position.
The president and the first lady were not in Florida when that shooting happened. A major nor'easter is hammering the East Coast with heavy snow and strong winds.
There are travel bans from Maryland all the way up to Maine. ABC's Lionel Moise is in New York with the latest. Lionel.
Tanya and Terrell, here in New York, it has been coming down constantly. The snow falling about 3 inches an hour in some parts, and it is still coming down. Overnight, a powerful nor'easter slamming the East Coast from Virginia to New England, unleashing dangerous winds, coastal flooding, and dumping up to 2 feet of snow.
Horizontal, vertical, even diagonally. That's how the snow is falling right now. It really is something to see.
7 states declaring a state of emergency.
Hopefully everybody stays home and doesn't come out in this.
More than 40 million people under a blizzard warning, including New Jersey, which hasn't seen a statewide warning of this magnitude in 30 years. Tens of thousands of customers in the state were without power overnight. Parts of Massachusetts could see wind gusts topping 70 miles per hour, creating whiteout conditions, making travel extremely dangerous.
The fewer vehicles on the streets, the faster our teams can clear roads and respond to emergencies.
New York City issuing a travel ban until noon today for all vehicles, shutting down streets, highways, and bridges. New Jersey Transit and the Long Island Railroad suspending service, and in Philadelphia, buses are no longer running. The storm also paralyzing major airports with more than 7,000 delays and nearly 3,500 cancellations Sunday, leaving some passengers stranded.
People that got canceled aren't going to get a flight to Thursday if they're lucky.
Schools canceled today throughout the Northeast, with many districts switching to remote learning. But in New York City, Mayor Zohran Mamdani opting for a traditional snow day, calling one student to share the good news.
I thought as the mayor I wanted to call you and give you some news. We've got a full snow day tomorrow. No online school, no remote learning, full classic snow day.
Again, here in New York with the dangerous conditions, there is a travel ban until noon, and there was already a snowplow that overturned on a highway, leading to a hazmat situation. Officials are urging people to stay off the roads so the plows can do their work. Lionel Moise, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Lionel, thank you. And there are cancellations today at O'Hare and Midway. The numbers are likely to rise. So far, 228 canceled flights at O'Hare, 36 at Midway. The numbers, again, are likely to go up here. There was some confusion at airports Sunday. The Department of Homeland Security said the TSA PreCheck and global entry programs would be suspended. And then DHS reversed that decision. It's due to the partial government shutdown. Lawmakers have been deadlocked over a proposal to restore funding.
A dog stolen from outside a daycare is back home with family this morning. Charlie was stolen Friday near Armitage and Clifton Avenues. He was returned after his owners say Good Samaritans recognized him after seeing Trey Ward's story over the weekend and found the dog at a grocery store in Uptown.
He started relaxing and being himself again when he saw our daughter. He got a little smile on his face.
Charlie's owners say they plan to give the man who found him a $5,000 reward.
Today, the city of Gary looks to the future with its third annual Demolition Blitz initiative. Nearly 60 homes are set to be demolished in several Gary neighborhoods. City officials say by getting rid of these hazardous structures, they're creating a safer community.
Peoples Gas is set to begin work today to retire old energy pipes from Chicago's heating system. The iron pipes in the current system are approaching the end of their useful lives. Crews will begin work to ensure ongoing safety and reliability in the city's heating system. Construction is expected to last 5 weeks across 10 neighborhoods.
People in Northwest Indiana can ask questions about increasing utility bills. Today, NIPSCO is hosting the first of a series of open houses. Customers can get personalized information about billing and energy assistance. Today's open house is at the LaPorte Civic Auditorium on Ridge Street. Anyone is welcome to stop by between 4 and 7 p.m.
Today marks the start of Restaurant Week throughout Northwest Indiana. More than 30 restaurants will offer specially priced 3-course meals during the 14-day culinary celebration. We have a full list of participating restaurants on our website, ABC7chicago.com. Your live and local news just getting started as we stream out loud this morning. Coming up, from book fairs to coaching new writers, one Chicago creative is helping others to get in print and keep their stories unaltered.
Big changes could be coming to vacation rentals in Evanston.
And first, your 12-hour ABC7 AccuWeather forecast next.
Good morning and welcome back. It is cold out there. We're seeing some light snow showers. They are lake effect snow showers, but they are extending pretty far inland this morning. And there's this main lake effect band. It was supposed to be over us at this point, but it is still right now just to the west of Benton Harbor and will eventually move to closer to us, but it'll take some time. It has been taking some time to move here this morning. Notice here on Futurecast that it has some lake effect into Northwest Indiana around 9 this morning, and then it really starts to move away by about lunchtime. So it might just be a couple of hours where at this point, I think maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow. We were thinking maybe 2 to 4, but it's getting stuck just to the west of Benton Harbor. So it might just be 1 to 2 inches possible here if that does move into Northwest Indiana. 5 p.m. today to show you temperatures are in the 20s, partly to mostly cloudy for the day today. The closer you are to the lake, the more cloud cover you have. 6 a.m. here for the day tomorrow. Temperatures are in the teens and 20s to start off. It's clear, and then eventually the clouds move back in. Wind coming in out of the south, pretty gusty at times, 30 to up to 40 miles per hour. And at times you could run into a little bit of some flurry activity initially in the morning, and then in the afternoon, a little bit of some mist possible here. So a light rain snow mix possible. Tomorrow it's windy. Wednesday, we're looking at temperatures in the 30s, and then we end the week close to 50. Diane?
Starting off with a crash in Bolingbrook off of the expressways at Lily Cash Lane and Route 53. Heads up, we are seeing delays, at least on Route 53 there in the intersection. Route 53, obviously a main thoroughfare there. 35th and Artesian back in the city. We also have a crash there as well, causing some pretty hefty delays throughout that intersection. As far as delays go on the expressways, mainly on all of our inbound expressways, we are seeing travel times of roughly around 40 to 45 minutes on the majority of them. However, we do have up on Kennedy delays roughly around 30 minutes, on the Eisenhower as well. The Stevenson and the Ryan problem-free on the outbound side. They're all incident-free for the most part, with the exception of the Stevenson. On the outbound side of the Stevenson, the exit ramp to the inbound side of the Ryan, almost all blocked. I say almost because traffic is, IDOT is telling me, getting by on the shoulder. However, we do have several vehicles involved. 2 of them are non-drivable, so they have to wait for flatbed tows. When the tows get there, they're going to shut everything down to get those vehicles out of the way. So for right now, you're at least getting by on that shoulder. Once things change, once we get that update, I'll bring that to you coming up. Back to you.
All right, we'll look forward to it. See you soon, Diane. Thank you. The son of Fame director Rob Reiner is due in court today. Nick Reiner is expected to enter a plea on murder charges after weeks of delays. The 32-year-old is accused of killing both of his parents, Rob and Michelle Singer Reiner, in their Los Angeles area mansion in December. He now has a new attorney, a public defender. A private lawyer quit back in January. A proposal to restrict short-term vacation rentals will be taken up by Evanston City Council tonight. If approved, short-term rentals will be capped at 1 for every 100 long-term rentals. Property managers would also need to work or live within 3 miles of Evanston, decreased from 10 miles. The meeting starts at 5:30 at Evanston City Hall. Harvey City Council meets again tonight to try and select a temporary mayor. First Ward Alder Shirley Drewinski right now is currently serving as mayor pro tem. Since the sudden passing of Mayor Christopher Clark last month, Clark's replacement is expected to serve the remainder of his term through April of 2027. When we come back this morning, letter carriers are rallying for better pay and working conditions as major decisions loom, and gospel music takes center stage at the SOAR Awards. More on the awards night, celebrating the voices and leaders shaping the sound of gospel music, next.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
Welcome back, streamers. Good morning to you. Another check of your AccuWeather forecast and local travel times coming up in only about 5 minutes or so. A group of people is on a mission to keep a Catholic school open in Hoffman Estates. Parents and teachers at St. Hubert's are taking their plea directly to the Archdiocese. The group rallied yesterday outside of Holy Name Cathedral, wanting to meet with Cardinal Cupich about the Archdiocese plan to close St. Hubert at the end of the year. Parents say they've turned the economics around.
Our deficit was over $500,000 when they brought it to our attention. We worked so hard to turn that around that in the very next year, our deficit was only $140,000.
The Office of Catholic Schools shared a statement about all planned school closures, saying many people have worked hard at each school to raise money and try to boost enrollment. We recognize and value those efforts, but in the end, the schools were not able to close the gaps and they are no longer sustainable.
Chants of first-class service, first-class pay rang out on Chicago's South Side as the National Association of Letter Carriers held a day of action. They rallied as part of a nationwide event before contract negotiations with the U.S. Postal Service. Union leaders say they overwhelmingly rejected their last contract and are pushing for higher pay and better working conditions.
It's just not right. So we don't want what happened in our last contract negotiations to happen again.
The demonstration also comes during renewed discussion in Washington about privatizing the Postal Service.
Chicago seniors will be able to get some much needed support today at a senior resource fair. Attendees will be able to connect directly with providers for things like food support, utility assistance, and housing. Today's fair runs from 11 this morning until 2 this afternoon at Eden United Church of Christ. That's on West Gunnison Street in Chicago.
Amen. I needed this. So next week, the 9th annual SOAR Awards will honor leaders and trailblazers in gospel music. The SOAR Awards coming up next Monday, March 2nd, 7 p.m., Greenwood Oasis. You can find a ticket link on our news ad and our website as we just sit here and praise the Lord on a Monday morning and let that play. And oh, look, I was about to go to church. I was feeling it for a second, let me tell you. Needed that.
Joy is always welcome in our home.
Amen.
And right now we're going to join our Good Morning America viewers. I'll have a news update on TV in just a little bit. You'll see it here as well.
And when we come back, this morning, tax season is here and so are the scams. The BBB warns of a surge in fake IRS calls and texts.
Now, an update from ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning. It is 7:23. I'm Tanya Babich. We have learned that 2 sisters-in-law were killed in a house fire in West suburban North Lake. It happened early this morning on West Drive and Hillside Avenue. Police say the 2 women in their 60s were rushed to the hospital but didn't make it. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Let's get a check of the ABC7 AccuWeather forecast. Here's meteorologist Haisel Martinez.
Good morning. We have temperatures right now in the teens and 20s, but with the wind, it feels like the single digits. So dress for the single digits. And we're also dealing with some light snow. It's lake effect, but it is pretty far inland where we have some light snow falling across a lot of the area really now. We have one main lake effect band here, and it is to the west of Benton Harbor now. Slowly, it does have the potential to go into northwest Indiana, but most of our weather models already had it over us around 8 a.m. and I don't think that's going to happen. It'll take some time to move it around. If it does make it into northwest Indiana, maybe 1 to 2 inches possible. Tomorrow we are in the low 40s. Diane is back with a check on traffic in just a little bit.
If you want total health care from a provider you trust,
hi Blair.
Right in the palm of your hand. If you want soup, sweatpants, and 0 in-person contact. If you want wellness wherever. Our virtual primary care delivers with great website manner.
No worries.
So choose your doctor from our profiles and enjoy the healthiest online relationship you've ever had. House calls have evolved. Advocate Healthcare.
Starting over to Indiana, where they're still dealing with this crash eastbound 94 at State Road 49. So I know it's a little hard to look at, but this is what we're looking at right here. It's a semi that ended up in the ditch, and they have managed to pull part of it out of the way, but it's that backup that's at least over a mile right now approaching the crash scene, and they're still working to get that vehicle, that semi, out of the way and out of the ditch. As far as the Illinois side goes, well, we've got delays across all of our expressways, mainly on the inbound side. Mainly our travel times are around 40 minutes or less. Southbound on Harlem, crews are still working on a crash here. It's just south of the Kennedy, but we've got delays not just southbound, but a Gabers Light on the northbound side as well. So definitely tack on at least an extra 10 or 15 minutes if you're driving in this area this morning. Have a great day.
Here's a quick tax scam tip as tax season is underway. The Better Business Bureau is warning taxpayers about a surge in scams. First, there are IRS imposters, calls or messages claiming you owe back taxes or are owed a refund. The IRS will never threaten arrest, demand immediate payment, or ask for gift cards or wire transfers. There are also phishing emails and texts that look official and push you to a malicious link. The IRS will not text, they will reach out to you by mail if there is an issue. Also beware of ghost tax preparers promising big or fast refunds then disappearing. Always verify tax preparers through the IRS and the BBB websites. Also file early to stop a scammer from filing in your name to get your refund. Jason Knowles, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Jason, thank you. Coming up streaming at 7, no middleman, just rewrite. No middleman, no rewrite, just real voices straight from Chicago to the page.
From the terminal to treat time, JetBlue just got the ultimate upgrade, a forever home.
Plus, want cheaper airfare? Expedia data says the day you fly can make a real difference. Details on that coming up next.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 continues.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy Monday, 7:30, 20 lonely degrees outside. Oh, boy.
And the snow coming down. It's actually it's that really kind of pretty lake effect.
It's the pretty
actually.
snow.
Yeah.
It's the pretty snow, yeah. Right now we're not really seeing too many issues because of it. It's just some light snow falling. We do have one lake effect band circled there, slowly starting to move west, but very slowly. Most of our weather models had it moving closer to LaPorte County around this time, but it's still just to the west of Benton Harbor. So I think it's going to take maybe a little bit more time to get into northwest Indiana. It could drop about 1 to 2 inches of snow. Temperature right now is close to 20 degrees. We're expecting to get into the upper 20s today. It's breezy, so it will feel pretty cold today because of the wind. Even windier tomorrow. Temperatures in the low 40s, and then we are about where we should be for this time of year on Wednesday with a mix of clouds and sun. Diane?
All right, let's take a look at what's going on. We start off in Indiana, eastbound 94 at State Road 49. So looking at this crash involving a semi in the ditch. You can see that traffic back up there. On the Illinois side, much quieter. However, we do have growing travel times, about 45 minutes on all of our inbound expressways. Southbound Harlem Avenue, just south of the Kennedy. We have a crash there in the clearing stages, so it should get better soon. Also, things are finally back open again outbound in the Stevenson on the exit ramp to the inbound side of the Ryan.
Okay, got it, Diane. Thank you. Want to get to what we're talking about today, and it is all about, speaking of Diane, travel and getting around out there.
Yeah, Expedia's AirHacks data says Friday is now the cheapest day to fly internationally. That's surprising. About 8% cheaper than Sunday, which is the priciest. Somebody needs to explain this to me. Why fly on Sunday? Now, for U.S. domestic trips, Expedia says Tuesday is the cheapest day to fly, saving up to 14% compared with Sunday. And so what is your best day to fly and why?
My guess, the Sunday thing, my guess is if you take an extended weekend trip, right? You fly back on Sunday. You're thinking about people on our shift.
No, I'm thinking if you're flying internationally, why would you fly out on Sunday?
Why wouldn't we?
To start your vacation on Monday. So I fly
cheaper.
No, it's cheaper to fly Friday.
Is that what they said? Oh, Sunday was the most expensive.
Sunday
day.
was the most expensive day. But as your resident lover of international travel, I've always flown on Fridays. Always. After work Friday, get on a red eye, wake up wherever it is that you're going on Saturday morning.
I'm trying to think of I'm like, is that Sunday international? Just international? That was
international is the most expensive.
I gotta go back and look.
Yeah,
we do it.
Yeah.
I mean, for me,
and then I come back
on
the
Mondays
following
and
Friday.
Tuesdays, so I always fly on Sundays after work.
So that makes sense.
Because it's my Friday.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah, I don't know why internationally.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's all interesting.
For me, it's like if we have the time off, honestly, like whatever's cheaper. Like I don't even care if I have the days off.
Right.
Just whatever's, because it's a significant price decrease.
Yeah.
Between taking like an earlier flight or a later flight or what day you take, it's crazy. I just book my dates and pray that whatever comes up is somewhat affordable. And even if you book a long time out, it doesn't mean it's going to be cheap these days.
So you know the trick though, if you do book a long time out, you go back like 2 months later, 3 months later, you search you go change flights.
Yeah.
You search the flight and you search for the same flight that you're on.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can get a credit to your account.
Wait.
If it's cheaper now.
So do you don't get rid of the ticket you have. You just search.
So you hit change flight so that you can search to see how much the new flight is.
Okay.
And then if it's cheaper, you go ahead and you switch it.
I don't think I've ever done it.
And if it's not cheaper,
I've never done it.
I mean, I can show you right now.
I know what you're saying. I just have never done it.
I've always checked. It's never cheaper.
It's never
so
cheaper.
I have
I've
gotten
never
refunds.
cheaper.
Yeah, I have gotten refunds for international travel.
Yeah, that's never worked out for me.
Right? Yeah.
It's always been way more expensive the closer I get to the
flight.
Because timing is always like the first thing for me. I have to make sure that I fly when I need to fly. So I go ahead and I book my tickets like forever in advance.
Yeah.
And then you just check afterwards, and we're always flying somewhere, so we always use the credit.
Yeah. Guess it works. And then you got to get the time off, and then that's a
that's a
whole other thing.
And that's why, like I just go whenever
you can.
Whenever I can. Like, I'm not gonna waste a day of traveling just because it's cheap. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right.
For sure, no question.
Because then you're wasting a vacation day.
Right. I mean, that's not the case in a lot of different businesses, I'm sure, but like with ours, it's a little chaotic to take time off.
Time off it is.
Well, I'm sure it's like that with a lot of businesses, though. Like,
I don't know. I feel like a lot of more professional settings have a little bit more of a smoother operation when it comes to asking and then receiving it. Like you have a lot more.
You mean they don't have to submit their vacation request a year in advance like we do?
You get your response quicker. In other words, you can plan your vacation.
Right, exactly.
And where we can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, there are people working from home right now, so we can't do that either. There's a whole lot of things. Anyway, want to get to a marketing icon is hanging up the sponge.
Oh.
Mr. Clean announced his retirement.
I don't know who that is, but they had Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean got a glow up, because that's not Mr. Clean. No, Mr. Clean had a little bit of like Botox and maybe.
None of those are Mr. Clean.
Yeah. So, an animated press conference posted to Instagram after 68 years.
Yeah, that's
Mr. Clean.
There he is.
It's the face of Procter & Gamble cleaning products. USA Today reported that Mr. Clean debuted back in 1958 with that signature jingle following.
Mr. Clean will clean your home, Mr. Clean. That's it.
Is that it? Oh, okay, the whole thing? Okay. The character may be stepping back, but the products are sticking around. Are there any other classic icons or mascots you would be genuinely sad to see go away?
Who?
Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
no. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kool-Aid is a good one.
lovely.
Yeah. Flo from the Progressive commercial.
Yeah, I love Flo. But then there's Mayhem. I mean, insurance companies have pretty good.
They're
have
good
pretty
at
good.
it. Yeah, Geico, the
Jake
Geico.
from State Farm,
Yeah.
Chicagoan.
Yeah. Yep. Is he really?
Yeah, Jose did a whole story on him.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, who
Chuck E.
else?
Cheese?
Ooh, those are some.
No, Chuck E. Cheese can go.
They ain't going nowhere.
I know, when I thought about it and I was like, kind of scary.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit scary.
Little bit. Yeah. Who else? A lot of good ones.
I can't think of any.
Those are pretty good ones.
I think of just like, so when I was a kid, they had water commercials because I lived in the desert and you have to conserve water. And I remember like the drop of water was the icon. And it's like very well known in West Texas because we.
Oh, Smokey.
Smokey
the bear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Yeah. You see it and you know.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I hope they do. Do they do that now anymore?
I was about to say, I haven't seen Smokey in a long time.
Yeah, I think the
Smokey's still around?
Smithsonian might have a display about him.
Oh, okay.
Friends of mine are obsessed with Smokey.
Okay. All right. I'm glad Smokey's all right. I was worried for a second.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with Smokey too.
We're streaming out loud this morning. We'll get a break in. We're back with more right after this.
Welcome back. It is 7:39 and we have some light snow showers. They're lake effect snow showers, but they're extending pretty far inland now. And we also have one main band of lake effect that is just to the west of Benton Harbor, but it was expected to move closer to northwest Indiana here, but it is really taking its time to move. Now we have just another lake effect band that is starting to form over Lake Michigan. This one here in the last few scans starting to look like it's starting to pick up a little bit. So something we will be watching here in northwest Indiana. That one looks like it's headed towards Lake County. So lake effect possible here in northwest Indiana, especially through the later parts of this morning and through the early parts of the afternoon. And then slowly it will shut down as we head through the second half of the afternoon. Temperatures today will be into the 20s, partly to mostly cloudy. The closer you are to the lake, the cloudier you are for the day today. Then tomorrow we might wake up to a little bit of sunshine. Temperatures are in the teens and low 20s. And then as we head into the afternoon, we will eventually make it into the low 40s. In the morning, the chance for flurries. In the afternoon, the chance for a little bit of some mist in the form of like some rain. So that light rain snow mix possible on Tuesday. It's windy. Temperatures midweek are about where they should be for this time of year. Then we're above average on Friday, close to 50. Diane?
Starting off with a crash in Wakanda on US 12 and Bonner Road. Heads up because we're seeing some pretty significant delays on the southbound side of Wakanda, of 12, US 12. That's where we're seeing some delays. We're not seeing any Gapers delays, so at least that's a bit of good news for you there. As far as the expressways go, very busy throughout really the inbound side of our expressways. Kennedy, Eisenhower, Stevenson, Ryan, but I'm not really seeing any outbound delays other than the Kennedy, although the Edens is pretty stacked as well, which is kind of typical for this time of the morning. It's a little bit heavier than we normally see, but it's Monday, so definitely just add on maybe 10 or 15 minutes to your travel time. Northbound on the Tri-State on the exit ramp to westbound 290, we've got a crash. It's in the left lane of the ramp, so you can still use the ramp. It's not fully blocked, but we still have a partial blockage there with emergency crews waiting for a tow. Back to you.
Thank you, Diane. They want readers to hear their voices exactly as they are written. No edits, no softening it, no challenges or changes to fit a mold.
And this morning, as we honor Black History Month, Leah Hope meets Chicago authors taking full control of their work, writing it, publishing it, sharing it with the world on their terms.
Some local Chicagoans want their stories told their way. During this Black History Month, we meet some local African-American authors who are telling their stories and are self-publishing. A unique book club. These are the authors, and they publish themselves. It started with Ariel Sylvester, who has a doctorate in early childhood education and loves to write. She didn't want to take the chance of a publisher altering her voice, so she self-published.
But I also wanted to do something a little bit different, like make a murder mystery by a Black woman that has Black female characters as the leading role.
Sylvester published 12 books in 7 genres under Pretty Nerd Publishing. She says readers identify with her authentic voice, free from stereotypes.
I want the dad to be a lawyer, the mom to be a professor, and the kids to be super talented and smart, and they're just a great superhero family.
According to the U.S. Census, 12% of the U.S. population identify as African American. Only 6% of American authors identify as African American. And the African American Literature Club reports only 6% of publishers are Black-owned businesses. At book fairs and author events, Sylvester met others with stories they wanted to share. Now, several Chicagoans have their stories in print thanks to Sylvester's guidance.
From death to a 5 organ transplant.
I want fathers to hear this story as well as others.
Chicago is a powerful place, inspiring important voices.
If I can change, anyone can change.
Take an in-depth look into their lives, because that's exactly what I did.
I'm 18 years old, and these are my stories of a girl subjected to silence.
Don't allow your voice to be silenced. You fight for your rights, you fight for a seat at the table, and if you can't have a seat at the table, you make your own table.
The authors tell us the other advantage to self-publishing is that whatever books are sold, they keep the profits. In Chicago, Leah Hope, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
ABC7 is celebrating Black History Month with our special Our Chicago Manning Up. The half-hour special looks at efforts by local community leaders to dismantle stigmas and foster healthier habits within the Black community, particularly Black men. You can watch it wherever you stream ABC7.
On the way, they called this dog Jet Blue. Now he's got a true blue family and a love story going viral for all the right reasons.
Plus, Hollywood rolled into London for the BAFTAs, often a big hint at who could win an Oscar next month.
From abandoned at the airport to adopted for good, JetBlue, the golden doodle, has a new home and a new best friend.
ABC's Danny New has the story.
Okay, buddy, go home.
A confusing roller coaster finally came to an end this past weekend for a now famous dog nicknamed JetBlue.
This is about JetBlue and his new family. This boy deserves to never be abandoned again.
Danielle Roth here runs Retriever Rescue of Las Vegas, which was contacted about 3 weeks ago by Las Vegas Metro PD.
We're back with a dog left alone.
After authorities say JetBlue was abandoned by his owner at the airport's JetBlue ticket counter. That woman was then arrested and had 10 days to claim him. That did not happen.
During those 10 days, we reached out to the woman that was charged. She hung up on us.
But fast forward to this past Saturday during a much happier occasion captured by our station in Las Vegas, when JetBlue was actually adopted by one of the responding officers that day, Officer Skeeter Black and his family.
We're going to enjoy him. He's going to be very much loved. And yeah, we're just excited.
Needless to say, Officer Black was not the only applicant. Danielle sent me this video of the rescue's inbox, which received more than 10,000 emails and around 3,000 applications from all over the world. Thankfully, though, the love has spilled over to other dogs. At the doggy daycare behind the press conference, dogs like Hutch here were getting adopted too. Not to mention the shelter has also received thousands of dollars in donations, thanks in large part to the bravery of one really cute dog.
JetBlue Airlines donated $6,000 when they heard about his story. That got doubled by an amazing, that got doubled. And I'm not allowed to say by who, but that was absolutely huge.
Danny New, ABC News, New York.
That's so wonderful. And look at JetBlue's face. What a cute little puppers.
Right.
Yeah.
Man. Funny how things happen, right? And the result of it. And because that situation led to an even greater result, you know, and the other dog's getting adopted too.
And this is the power of news, of social media. You know, this is when we can say, oh, hey, it's, you know, it's used for good things too.
Right.
Over 10,000 applications.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
That's good stuff. Yeah. We get a break in. Back with more right after.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
Where is it?
Top stories that we are watching for you now. At 7:49, 2 women were killed. And this was in a fire, a house fire in North Lake this morning. Police say the victims, 65-year-old Susan Palos and 63-year-old Mary Carmen Wilkerson, were sisters-in-law. That fire happened on West Drive and Hillside Avenue. The cause is under investigation.
An update out of Mexico. The U.S. State Department is urging Americans in some areas, including tourist spots, to shelter in place. Look at the smoke here. All of this stemming from the takedown of a drug lord known as El Mencho. Schools in several Mexican states are closed today because of violence.
Wow. And there are hundreds of cancellations today at O'Hare and Midway. The numbers will likely go up. So far, at least 228 canceled flights at O'Hare, another 36 at Midway. And that's mainly because of the massive blizzard that's slamming the Northeast right now. Hi, Sol.
All right, one last look here at your 7-day forecast to show you that, okay, right now we have clouds around, we have flurries around, and that'll be the case through this morning. Some lake effect possible in Northwest Indiana. There's a band in Michigan that is just stuck, has not moved into Northwest Indiana. if it does eventually make its way over, about 1 to 2 inches are possible here. Light rain and snow tomorrow. That means that at times in the morning there could be these little flurries, ice pellets, and then as we head into the afternoon it's more of mist as temperatures are rising into the low 40s. Because sometimes I see light rain, snow, and you're like, but it's 41 degrees. How does that make sense? In the morning it's still cold. That's the flurries, the potential to have a little bit of ice mixed in, and then later on in the day, a little bit of rain possible. A mix of clouds and sun on Wednesday. Temperatures about where they should be. This weekend, not looking great, but Friday's looking nice. So at least we have that, close to 50 and partly cloudy.
Hello, 50. All right. You can get the latest forecast anytime with the free ABC7 Chicago News app. Just scan that QR code on the screen for a link to download. Now let's get you caught up on what's trending today.
That was a baller. Owned by a goat.
Last week's top 2 films duked it out again this weekend, but this time Sony Pictures' animated film Goat took the #1 spot, earning another $17 million, bringing its North American box office total to $58 million.
What should you do, Heathcliff, if you were rich?
Meanwhile, Emerald Fennell's Wuthering Heights brought in another $14 million domestically to finish in second place for the weekend. The unconventional adaptation of Emily Bronte's classic novel is doing well overseas, so far earning $151 million globally. Hollywood arrived in London Sunday for the BAFTA Awards, the British equivalent of the Academy Awards, which is often considered a precursor to who will take home an Oscar next month. Will and Kate were also in attendance. Ryan Coogler's Sinners took home 3 trophies, including wins for Best Supporting Actress and Original Screenplay. But Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another dominated the evening, sweeping up 6 awards, including Best Supporting Actor for Sean Penn and the big prize of the night, Best Film. And happy birthday to Emily Blunt. The Devil Wears Prada and Quiet Place actress is turning 43. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
And a reminder, Hollywood's biggest night is almost here. The Oscars are Sunday, March 15th on ABC7 and streaming on Hulu.
Before we get out of here this hour, it is National Banana Bread Day. Get you a slice of banana bread, either for breakfast or dessert.
Chocolate chip or with raisins?
Neither.
Neither. Yeah.
Really?
Walnuts.
Yes. Well, the walnuts go with the raisins.
I don't want the raisins.
No raisins.
You know, I've never had it with raisins.
Really?
Oh.
Haven't you?
Raisins?
All right.
Oh, no.
I think I can convert you.
No.
I'll try it. I'll try it, but I've never had it with raisins before.
Me neither.
Just once. I'll try it.
All right, I guess that's a
I'm just like, Tanya, please make me some banana bread.
Sure, I got bananas.
I'll pick them out.
All right. That's it. I'm not giving you any if you're going to pick them out. You're not wasting my banana bread.
It's just raisins. Nobody likes raisins anyway.
Raisins.
That's going to do it. Why do you guys discriminate against raisins?
Who likes raisins, really?
Raisins.
I love raisins. I'm going to go put raisins in my oatmeal right now, right after I do this cut-in.